When I was 12 years old, I was on a camping trip in Boy Scouts, and we caught a snake. And since then, I was fascinated with snakes. And never being allowed to keep a snake as a kid, that fascination just festered, right? And so by the time I got to college and realized biology was a degree and that there were people that actually did research studying animals like snakes, I was hooked. And so that's what I wanted to do. But it was that fascination with like peculiar organisms and how they make a living doing what they're doing in strange environments that always drew me into studying biology and ecology in particular. As a professor, I study how animals adapt to changes in temperature in their environment. Got a chance to work in many places throughout Brazil, but most often in Sao Paulo, which is a really unique place because it's a city as large as New York. And one of the things we were interested in when we went there was, how does an urban environment like a city affect the organisms that live there? And one thing we know about cities, all that concrete and all those vehicles generate a lot of heat, and which means a city is 5 to 10 degrees warmer than the natural vegetation around that city. And we wanted to know, then, would that create a problem for the organisms and how do they cope with that? What we did was we looked at leafcutter ants. Leafcutter ants are fascinating. Like, they're just constantly munching little leaves and carrying them back to the nest. And you can find these ants crawling all over in the city and also outside the city. And what we found was leafcutter ants from colonies inside the city actually tolerated heat better than leafcutter ants from colonies outside the city, which suggests that they've either acclimated or adapted over time to the conditions that are caused by being in Sao Paulo. I'm really happy that I did come to ASU because there's this buzz about being at ASU. There's this excitement of like staying on the edge of things and innovating, doing things differently, thinking about how we could do things differently to improve higher ed. So rather than say, well, this can't be done, or it's too hard, or I'm not sure, we just try things, right? And we're not scared to fail. For example, when we started online labs for sciences, we didn't know if we could do it or how we would do it, but we tried it, right? And so ASU is incredibly innovative in their approach to online. We're adopting things like adaptive learning technology, learning in virtual reality, learning through computer simulations. There are a lot of careers that require a college degree. And quite frankly, it's not easy for everyone to drop everything and go to school full time from wherever they are. Our mission here at ASU is access, right? And so what kind of mission of access would that be if we required people to come to this place in Tempe, Arizona for 4 years of their lives? With online programs, they don't have to do that. They have this opportunity from anywhere in the world.